Ever found yourself pondering the difference between 2D and 3D games? It's a question that has sparked countless debates among gamers and developers alike. Today, we're going to delve into this topic, comparing and contrasting these two gaming dimensions to better understand their unique characteristics. In the realm of gaming, the term 2D refers to two-dimensional games. These games, often reminiscent of the classic arcade era, utilize flat graphics with movements typically restricted to left, right, up, and down. They represent the world on a flat surface, providing a bird's-eye view or a side-scrolling perspective. Think about games like Super Mario Bros. Or Pac-Man, where the characters move in a plane. On the other hand, 3D refers to three-dimensional games where characters and environments possess depth and volume. Players can move forwards and backwards, left and right, and up and down, effectively navigating through a three-dimensional space. Games like The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, or Grand Theft Auto series are prime examples where the world is immersive and the perspective is not fixed. Now let's look at some key differences between 2D and 3D games. Firstly, in terms of graphics, 2D games utilize flat, two-dimensional images, whereas 3D games use polygonal graphics to create a sense of depth and realism. This difference in graphical representation significantly impacts the visual aesthetics and the feel of the game. Next, we consider the gameplay. 2D games often focus on straightforward mechanics and can be easier to pick up and play. They rely heavily on the player's skill and timing. Conversely, 3D games offer a more complex and immersive gameplay experience, often involving exploration and interaction with the game environment. Then we have the perspective. In 2D games, the perspective is usually fixed, providing a consistent viewpoint for the player. However, in 3D games, the viewpoint can be manipulated, allowing players to view the game world from virtually any angle. This dynamic perspective can significantly enhance the player's immersion in the game world. Finally, when it comes to development, 2D games are generally simpler and less resource-intensive to create. They require fewer assets and the programming is less complex. On the flip side, 3D games demand more resources, higher-end hardware, and more advanced programming skills. The development of a 3D game is a more time-consuming and costly process. In conclusion, while 2D and 3D games may seem worlds apart, each brings unique experiences and challenges to the table. 2D games offer a nostalgic, straightforward gaming experience, while 3D games provide a more immersive, visually rich environment. Each has its own charm and appeal, and the choice between the two often boils down to personal preference. Whether you're a fan of the simplicity and charm of 2D games, or you're drawn to the depth and immersion of 3D games, there's no denying that both have significantly shaped the landscape of the gaming industry.